Every morning, I woke to the scent of cedar shavings, the rustle of newspaper, and the faint jingle of the bell tied to my water bottle. My name given by the small human who fed me sunflower seeds and giggled when I twitched my whiskers was Sir Nibbles. I lived in a plastic castle, neon green with a yellow dome, a kingdom of tunnels and tubes that led nowhere but back to where I began. My world was measured in inches. My concerns were few: food, water, and the eternal question of what lay beyond the cage. I ran. Oh, how I ran, on the wheel, in loops, as if motion alone could unlock new dimensions. But each night, when the room grew dark and the child's nightlight painted stars on the ceiling, I would stare through the bars and feel something hum beneath my fur. A longing, not hunger, not instinct. Something else, something like possibility. The others said I was lucky. Hamsters in the wild live short lives, hunted by owls, bitten by frost. I had a good safety routine. Cheddar drops on Sundays, and yet I watched the family's dog through the glass door. I listened to birds argue from the maple outside, and I wondered, was I meant for more than measured pellets and polyester fluff? The answer came in the form of a forgotten latch. One evening, the human cleaned my enclosure, distracted by music and homework. The top hatch clicked, not loudly, just enough. I waited until the lights dimmed and the house fell into the hush of human sleep. Then I climbed. I wriggled through the narrow gap, claws catching on plastic, heart beat a snare drum in my chest, and suddenly I was on the outside, carpet under paw, air tinged with something ancient and electric. My kingdom had ended. My story had begun. The hallway stretched before me like an ancient road, patterned in floral loops and human footprints. It smelled of dust, socks, and mystery. I took cautious steps, my tiny paws silent against the fibers. To the left, the kitchen glowing faintly with the sacred hum of the refrigerator. To the right, the stairs tall and terrifying. Behind me, the safety of ignorance. I chose forward. The kitchen floor was tiled, slick, thrilling. I paused beneath a chair, staring up at the great wooden towers of human dining. The world was too large, every shape unfamiliar, every noise amplified. But I didn't turn back. I found a crumb cheese flavored, possibly artificial, and tucked it into my cheek, like a prize from a dragon's cave. That's when I heard it. A growl, low guttural, drawn from the belly of something bigger than sense. I froze, the dog. Bruno, a lumbering beast with fur the color of burnt toast and a nose like a vacuum. He sniffed the air. My air, my story, my scent. I darted. Not blindly, intuitively. Behind the trash bin, across the grout lines, under the cabinet gap where dust bunnies slept like trolls. He followed, not fast, but determined. Each post, a countdown. I found a vent. Small, metallic, half loose. I squeezed through, barely fitting, my fur snagging on the edges. Behind me, Bruno's snout crashed into the grate with a clank that echoed like a gong of war. I fell into darkness. Tumbled down a shaft that spat me into a crawl space, filled with wires and old board games. My heart thundered. My breath came sharp, and still a strange thought tickled me. This is what freedom feels like, not comfort. Not control, but chaos. I was no longer Sir Nibbles, the caged prince. I was Nibbles the explorer. First of his name, he who escaped the dog. I rested in a shoebox that smelled of forgotten winters. Above me, the house sighed. Below me, the earth waited. I was out, but not yet free. I awoke to silence, not the comforting hush of the child's bedroom, but the vast quiet of a world that had forgotten me. I was hungry. The crumb was gone, my cheek empty. But my mind, alive. I squeezed through a crack in the wall, my body thinner from the night, and found myself in the laundry room. The floor was cold metal. Strange machines loomed around me, humming like slumbering beasts. Then I saw it light, pale, soft, and holy. A door left slightly ajar, and beyond it, green. Grass. Real grass. Not the plastic mat in my cage, or the color on the cereal box. This was living, swaying, dew-kissed truth. I stepped outside. The air smelled of everything: soil, clouds, a squirrel's passage, a world unfiltered. The grass brushed my belly, taller than I'd imagined, whispering secrets in a language I almost understood. I walked until I reached the garden. The soil crumbled beneath my feet like cake. I saw birds above, majestic and ruthless, and froze beneath a terracotta pot. I was not meant for this place. Not entirely. But for a moment I was in it. Truly in it. Not through a window. Not from behind bars. I found a dandelion and chewed its stem. It was bitter. It was perfect. I did not last long. A crow spotted me, black-feathered, curious. I ran, but the garden had no corners. No tubes, no shelter, but shadow. I heard wings before I felt claws. A cry escaped me, not fear, but astonishment. So this is how the wild ends. And yet, the crow didn't kill me. It dropped me in the grass. Watched, tilted its head, and flew. I lay there, breathing, broken in places I didn't know I had. That night, the human found me curled beneath a rose bush. Shivering, she cried. Wrapped me in an old towel. Whispered apologies. I didn't understand the words, only the warmth. I never escaped again. But sometimes, in the corner of my cage, I stare out at the garden and remember. I am Sir Nibbles. I have seen the world. And though I returned, I never truly came back.